Friends, we got problems. Children are in danger. We got to do something about it. My friends, this is Howard Riell. The show is called Real Truth, and American children are in danger. You know, I like to play videos on this show, but there's one video I was going to play, I decided not to. Item from InfoWars. A new viral video that was allowed to enter YouTube's trending category shows parents explaining masturbation to their children, some of whom appear to be as young as 8 years old. The clip includes one woman remarking to two young girls how, quote, masturbation is when you touch your privates in different ways to make yourself feel good. Isn't that right? Unquote. Another clip shows a mother simulating the masturbation action with her hand in front of her son, while another shows a mother telling her daughter how, quote, your big sissy did it quite a lot when she was little, unquote. In another scene, a large pink rubber sexual device is slammed down by a man in front of a girl who looks to be no more than 9 or 10. Another young girl is shown picking up and playing with the device. Quote, this is to simulate an erect penis. That's why you don't need a boy, unquote. One mother tells her two daughters who appear to be adopted. Stop it! My friends, there's a category of things that are wrong in this country and that we've got to fix. And then there's a whole other category where children are involved. Children are threatened. Every one of these parents on the video, each and every one of them is abusing those children. It is sickness. Not only don't children not need to know this stuff, it's harmful for them at this young an age. It's absolutely disgraceful. And so I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to tell them to take these videos off. And I want you to start posting on social media. Tell people that this is sickness. Don't teach kids that young about things like masturbation. It's totally wrong. Completely wrong, and it's a symptom of a country gone way off the skids. Of a society whose sensibilities are dulled, if not diminished. It's disgusting. It's harmful. It's child sexual abuse. And I want you to get busy doing something about it. Use your telephone. Use your computer. This has got to stop. Any adult out there who thinks an 8-year-old needs to be told about masturbation needs serious psychotherapy. Some way to start off a Thursday, right? It's Real Truth. I'll be right back.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and fees shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
The associates that your 24-hour walk no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, successful, and courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families put the bill for our freedom every day. Send a military care package to let them know that they are in our home and our prayers and their thoughts. This message is from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care.
If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident and wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Paris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Paris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Paris Survival.
My friends, if memory serves, I posted that video on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. Go there, share it, talk about it, and go to YouTube and demand that it be taken down. Now, let's start with Tucker Carlson. That's always a good place to start. He's got Mark Stein as his guest. He's talking about the Russians invading the United States and Donald Trump leading them with a machine gun mowing down Americans, because we know that's what's happening, right? Tucker Carlson. Excuse me one second, Tucker. No one has made this point? Tucker, I'm fairly certain that you listen to my show every day. Maybe you were absent that day. But I said it on multiple days that the whole reason behind each and every one of these so-called controversies is just to stir up the dust. Just to cause static. Come on, guys. Tucker, maybe I should be on your show as a guest. You can contact me through KHNC. All right, my friends, I was afraid that he was against Azerbaijani pop music, and I was going to have to let him off the show. Item from InfoWars. Out of a number of different candidates, only 4% of Democrats and independents think that Hillary Clinton would have the best chance of beating Trump in 2020, with fully 50% believing that no candidate currently being considered would beat Trump, unquote. That's absolutely right. In 2020, there is no one who's going to beat Donald Trump because he's doing just that great a job, and he's only been in office for 5 to 6 months. After 3 years of Donald Trump as president, no one will want to run against him. And if they do, take it from me, they'll be screaming, Russia, or they'll be screaming, racist, or they'll be screaming, we don't like your haircut. They won't have anything real to talk about because he's a real, honest-to-goodness president and patriot who loves America and is doing really, really, really good things for it. Oh, man. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, my friends. I'm just getting started. Don't go anywhere. More Real Truth ahead.
Now, this is the testimony of John, and priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. And they asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, no. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver is not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo's. Census, police, firefighters. Thank them for doing a great job. Shop and raise the family. Realize their job is dangerous, sometimes sad. Call 352-2233. They're on the air because they care.
Now, friends, I don't know everything. And here's something I just found out today. Maybe you're ahead of me, but I doubt it. Here is Roger Stone and Alex Jones on InfoWars. According to them, Barack Obama or people associated with Obama have launched a lawsuit against Roger Stone and President Trump. I didn't know about it until I saw this video. Let's listen. Alex Jones, Roger Stone from InfoWars. I just got cut off. Hang on while I get back on the phone with the radio station. Kind of a behind the scenes look.
You're back on.
Okay. Alright guys, sorry for the technical problem. Back to the video. Roger Stone, Alex Jones. My friends, he's absolutely right. What the Democrats do, they can't convince Americans that their arguments are right because their arguments are clearly wrong. So they go around the American people, A, by using the courts, liberal judges, and lawsuits. Number two, as I said yesterday, bringing in ringers, bringing in new Americans who have their hands out and will automatically vote for the Democratic Party, which is the party of handouts. So the Democrats haven't convinced anyone that their viewpoints and that their programs are right, because they're obviously not. But they go around the system, and they try to make monkeys out of you and me. Item from McClatchyDC.com. President Donald Trump's top immigration official warned Hispanic members of Congress on yesterday, that over 1 million people living in the United States under a special protected status could soon be placed in line for deportation. All together now, my friends, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, President Trump. We'll be back.
All in our unincorporated Collins reminds us, every day our troops demonstrate their dedication to our nation. Now is the time for us to return the hire our returning veterans. After investing their lives in our nation, they deserve our investment today. This message is from RNR Supply Incorporated in Fort Collins, and they're on the air, reminding all of us that our freedom has never been free.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution. Elizabeth Locker Plan reminds our listeners that the drug problem is well documented. We know our kids will be approached at early age. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. That's from Elizabeth Locker Plant, located at 366 Grand Street in Elizabeth, serving our areas since 1943 and specializing in naturalized PCB and pork and complete custom processing. Call 303-688-6433.
If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Ferris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Ferris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Ferris Survival.
The associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter, not the other. No one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, or purpose than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families foot the bill for our freedom every day. Send a military care package today to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message is from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they
All right, guys, welcome back to Real Truth. Let me say only this. Donald Trump Jr., Sean Hannity, Newt Gingrich, go. My friends, here's this guy. That was Scarborough. Mika and Scarborough, right? He's insulting Donald Trump Jr., and then he's insulting the president, calling him stupid. This piece of trash has zero credibility as a journalist. He's now engaged to the Tootsie next to him, who also has zero credibility as a journalist, who only got her job because her father was a big shot. And he's insulting Donald Trump? It's crazy. And it shows you what garbage these people are. They are paid whores. Speaking of which, here's Jake Tapper from CNN. No, schmuck. This is evidence that he had a 20-minute meeting with a publicist. Schmuck. Jake Tapper. Rhymes with crapper. Back to Hannity. Sean knows the answer, just as you know the answer, and I know the answer. They don't do anything about it, and they don't say anything about it because they're paid to say nothing and do nothing. They are whores. Do you get that? They're paid to lie and mislead, lie to and mislead the American people. Yeah, they're paid to lie to you and me, and paid well. Item from thehill.com, the Russian lawyer who penetrated Donald Trump's inner circle was initially cleared into the United States by the Justice Department under extraordinary circumstances before she embarked on a lobbying campaign last year that ensnared the president's eldest son. The revelation means it was the Obama Justice Department that enabled the newest, the most intriguing figure in the Russia-Trump investigation to enter the country without a visa. The Obama administration. I can't wait to hear what that jackass Scarborough has to say about that. We'll be back.
I'm here with the DuPont Pioneer team. So tell us, what are you bringing to the table to help producers manage feed costs?
Feed management is always on a producer's mind.
It sure is. So we take a whole operation approach to help them maximize feed value.
By combining the right products with our expertise and services, we can help producers improve profitability.
It's big picture thinking for big time production. So work with your DuPont Pioneer team to get the most out of every bite. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
He was in the world was made through him. The world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the government. This is the America News Network.
Thank them for doing a great job. And realize their job is dangerous. Sometimes think. Really 952-2233. They're on the air because they care. Uniform people in Greeley.
No, we're not done yet. More truth to come. I'm going to throw it back to my colleague Sean Hannity. He's got as his guest Kellyanne Conway, who is a truth teller. She works for the Trump administration. Here we go. This is Donald Trump Jr.
Russian bank was personally thanked by Putin for that. Number three, Hillary Clinton allowed 20% of our uranium reserve to go to a Russian firm whose investors gave money to the Clinton Foundation. The Clinton campaign chairman's brother lobbied against sanctions on Russia and failed to disclose it. So you're talking about actual evidence, not conjecture. My other impression of your interview is that how refreshing to have somebody take responsibility, be transparent and earnest, admit that maybe he would have done things differently. I think many people in last year's election should say that they would have done things differently. How about the people saying on election day, Hillary Clinton had a 92% chance of winning Michigan. Turns out she had a 0% chance. So many things to be done differently. The bottom line is, what came out of this 20-minute brief meeting? Nothing helpful, nothing meaningful, nothing consequential. If that weren't true, there would have been immediate follow-up. No follow-up whatsoever.
Right, but Alexandra Chalupa, the woman that was being paid by the DNC, and I'll go to the Politico article, the early part of this year, she shared her findings with officials from the DNC and the Clinton campaign. She went to the Ukrainian embassy, and they were disseminating false information on Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, they even take credit for helping to push out Paul Manafort at that particular point in the campaign. So there's real collusion. There's real
damage. Real damage too. That's my whole point. What are the damages here? You're specifying damages. If we were in a court of law, I don't think all these allegations would even muster a motion to dismiss, a motion for summary judgment. But certainly, I would ask you the question: what witnesses are you going to call? Where's your evidence, and what are your damages? What you just described with the Ukrainian embassy officials and the DNC, this Alexandra person, there was damage. They tried to hurt people, and they did hurt people on the Trump campaign. So I'm glad you're raising that. No less of it than a New York Times reporter today tweeted about it. Almost exactly what you're saying. Sarah Sanders mentioned it in her White House press briefing today. And this is important information. The biggest response I've heard from the media about that is, oh, but a different person won. You won, she lost. That does not erase the fact that people may have broken the law and that they colluded with foreign governments to try to damage people in the Trump campaign, which by extension would damage Mr. Trump at the time.
You know, it's also very interesting. I mean, and this was what I was trying to point out earlier in the program today, my opening monologue. I mean, Roland Scarborough, very well-renowned reporter, Washington Times, and he writes this piece today. Christopher Steele, he's the former British intel guy. He's the one that paid for a lot of the information that he got. This is where the Hooker Ritz story comes in, proven false, all of these things. But he actually says in his piece that Mr. Steele was paid by the Democratic-funded opposition research group Fusion GPS with money from a Hillary Clinton backer. So if they're getting information from Russia in that particular case, or you can even add to that the Uranium One deal, she signs off over $100 million kickback to the Clinton Foundation. There's something so fundamentally wrong here in terms of fundamental fairness in the media. And at some point, there seems that there's got to be more pushback, and that these stories have got to also penetrate the consciousness of the American people.
The pushback's coming from the American people. Have you seen the approval ratings of the media lately?
Yeah, that's true.
And the ratings on shows and networks, not yours, Sean. By the way, congratulations on your incredible ratings. I think people are looking for an alternative because in addition to there being sort of a myopic, lemming-like, ants on a sugar cube mentality on this story by many in the media, there's just this culture of sameness. Everybody sounds the same. Do you realize that the President of the United States sat with the President of Russia less than a week ago for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and yet we're talking about this and not that? Do you realize that you've got people in the media now between their lower third chyrons and what comes out of their mouth? They talk more about Russia than America. And thank you for talking about America so often. Do you realize that we basically would come out of this 20-meeting brief, meaningless meeting, same amount of information that comes out of some of these panels where 6 people are nodding their head at each other and discussing the same thing, which is to say zero usable information. So I just want to review, in case you run out of time. This is how I see it so far. This is to help all the people at home. What's the conclusion? Collusion? No, we don't have that yet. I see illusion and delusion. So just so we're clear, everyone, 4 words. Conclusion, collusion, no. Illusion, delusion, yes. I just thought we'd...
My friends, the problem is Kellyanne Conway is showing 4 words, hoping to communicate with liberals, with Democrats, and I'm not sure there are a lot of Democrats who know that many words. Item from McClatchydC.com. Here's what I mean. Representative Brad Sherman, Democrat, California, has introduced formal articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump, accusing him of obstruction of justice. Other Democrats have expressed concern about Sherman's effort to impeach Trump over possible ties to Russia. And the resolution had only one co-sponsor, Representative Al Green, Democrat, Texas. A successful vote for impeachment would require a majority of the House, where Republicans have 46 more seats than Democrats. In other words, my friends, we started the show talking about masturbation. And here's Representative Brad Sherman, Democrat, doing it in public. We'll be back.
Do not believe they have the Spirit, but test the Spirit, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming, and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1.
No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contract, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10.
Pickable's restaurant did remind us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters displayed. If you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Pickable's restaurant in Denver. It's not only message how many victims was any, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Those are the blocks. Reminder. The problem is well done. We know our kids will be a part of it. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had no true. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best
All right, guys, let's finish strong. Item from Fox News, Dateline Miami. The U.S. Coast Guard repatriated 102 Haitian migrants found in the Atlantic Ocean, the largest repatriation of migrants in more than a year. A Coast Guard cutter encountered the overloaded boat about 22 miles south of Great Inagua, Bahamas on Tuesday. Coast Guard provided the migrants with food, water, medical treatment before returning them to Cap Haitian, Haiti. On Wednesday, the Coast Guard reports 1,028 migrants have been found attempting to illegally enter the United States via the Florida Straits, Atlantic, and Caribbean Sea since October 1. Quote. Item from ABC 13 News. I think this is Chicago. A woman who dropped her infant daughter to her death from an 8th floor window in Uptown so her parents wouldn't know she was pregnant, pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 4 years probation. Now, my friends, if you're wondering why a woman who intentionally killed her own baby would only get probation, here's your answer. Mubashra Udin, who was 19 when she was charged with first-degree murder in 2015, pleaded guilty Thursday to involuntary manslaughter. According to Cook County State's Attorney's General Office, Judge Carol Howard sentenced Udin to 48 months probation and ordered her to pay $579 in fines. Unquote. So, my friends, why is life so cheap in Chicago? Well, certainly life was cheap for the child of this Muslim woman, Mubashra Udin. Probation, under $600 fine. I'm guessing that what the judge in Chicago is saying is, ladies, throw your kids out of the window, it's okay. Between you and me, doesn't speak well of Chicago or Muslims. Item from jihadwatch.org. Newly released European Union statistics show Sweden's population has grown by over 1% just in 2016, an increase driven more by mass migration than by birth rate. Sweden was even reported by the BBC as becoming, quote, an exporter of jihad, in which various areas of the country have become vulnerable no-go zones with a breakdown of law and order and the emergence of a parallel society, unquote. My friends, no sympathy at all for the Swedes or for the other Europeans who are inviting cancer into their societies. Item from the Daily Caller. A federal judge has ordered officials of the taxpayer-funded county prison in Pennsylvania to provide and foot the cost for hormone therapy treatment for transgender inmate Stephen Fritz, a man who longs to become a woman and prefers to go by the name Sparkles Wilson. Item from ABC News. The family of a Texas teen who hanged himself says their son was involved in a ghoulish online game that calls on participants to complete a series of tasks before taking their own lives. And some schools are warning parents about the so-called Blue Whale Challenge. Unquote. My friends, if you don't know what your teenagers are doing online, first of all, shame on you, because you should, and you'd better. Find out what your teenagers are looking at online, because I'll tell you, if they're looking at this thing called the Blue Whale Challenge, you might be minus a teenager by the time this evening is over. There are lots of sick parasites online looking to lure innocent kids into trouble. So get involved with what your kids are doing online, starting today. I'll be back on Monday with more Real Truth, my friends. Till then, well, you know what I'm about to tell you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay angry, and stay in your teenager's business whether they like it or not. Hasta luego.